can really do about it. Fuck you, sticks, apparently. So teams tilt at the start of the round also just bleeding out. It's... Can you hear us, sticks? I'd actually be... Oh, there we go. I'd be very careful in this. Like, this is fine asking these questions. But be careful about... I don't know. I always sort of wrangle at this because there's always a temptation for, like, to just gang up on someone and just, like, single people out. But, ugh. I was on fire for the majority of that. You want me to switch. Need more healing after the first point. I honestly don't think the healing was the problem. I think the damage output was the problem, or lack of murdering ults.
Isn't very helpful, is it?
Anyway, I don't have a mic, and why should I change when you all could change? Because it's fucking team play, apparently. Just hashtag just rank things.
You should listen. If you want to go Zenyatta,
okay.
You would be able to heal your...
We're playing Tracer on defense. Like, let's ignore this. Let's focus on the big issue right now. We're focusing... so we're playing Tracer on defense. Now, this is actually quite tricky, because what Tracer brings to a team isn't, like, pushback. Like, she doesn't push the enemy team back. What she does is she makes their backline incredibly uncomfortable. She's good at making Mercy and Anna feel very uncomfortable. Like, they're just, they don't want to be around because Tracer's coming in, killing them, shooting them up, murdering the shit out of them. Oh, Lord. This is...
It's funny hearing it from you, Sticks.
Oh god, this is like previous round to just people bringing it over. It's an interesting thing that's happening. I like this positioning. I do like the starting position. I don't like this decision though to commit on their Tracer, because we're basically entering into a situation where we could lose. Now, luckily, this is why I wanted to talk about Tracer versus Tracer later, because their Tracer really fucks up here. Their Tracer has a huge advantage, because she gets us down to 50, and then we have to recall, while she's still on about 100 hit points. She ends up using her recall for no real reason. She could have just waited a couple more seconds and then gone with that. We have to bail, because we actually didn't have to bail necessarily, because we could have just stayed in, and if we got some good shots, we would have won that fight. Unfortunately, actually, I think we were in a good position there. We could have probably just stayed and won. He was down to about 40 hit points. We were on 73. We could have probably just stuck around and fought that. Anyway, the fact that we backed out, I'm fine with. But we're also giving up a lot of strength of the position we were occupying, where the nice part about this is when they are looking to push, if they are around here and just sort of poking and like peeking around, not quite sure what they're doing, which could very well happen, we can actually blink up and we can go over. If you're fast enough, I believe you can do this, where you can go over the top and go over the wall and get into the Mercy and into the backline, or into the Lucio, Zenyatta, whatever they have. You can actually start putting a lot of pressure on their backline, make it very difficult for them, for example, to do a smooth movement into here, which is what they want to be doing, because you're busy cutting off their backline. Instead, we go for the Tracer, who we could probably kill, especially because she's probably used some resources to get in here, so we have a resource advantage. And she takes the health back, which is a little bit of a disaster for us, but, you know, when I saw this, when she recalled here, I was just like, okay, you can actually win this. Because she's just really screwed up that fight. We get the better left click, and we should have just stayed and probably finished that up. Instead, we end up sort of neutralizing each other. We go for this health pack, which is fine, but their Tracer just stays up there, goes for that one. Luckily, their entire team loses the fight, but we should probably now be looking to go and finish up and clean up on the back of that. You know, clean up our own mistakes on this Tracer. So we're going to go get rid of her again. The Cello, welcome to the many. With Twitch Prime as well. It's appreciated, man. Good use of that Twitch Prime. Use that Amazon Prime account. You get a free Twitch sub, so make sure you guys use it on me. Ding! Advertising. Ah, wonderful. I'm a sellout. Anyway, now we're sort of stuck in a catch-22 where we're sort of doing what I call the set a thief method of playing Tracer, where there's an idiom, set a thief to catch a thief. It's a very common writing trope where, you know, it's like white hat hackers.
Welcome to
Hey, see another one, AfroHawk52. See, it works. The Amazon Prime thing is wonderful. Thank you, AfroHawk52, as well. The support is hugely appreciated. I joke, but it is hugely appreciated as I see it with coffee in my hand. But we're doing the set a thief methodology, right? Where we've set a tracer to sort of shut down their tracer. We screw up a little bit on our jump here. If we are doing this, we need to be committing to it, because we're basically nullifying any effect that their tracer can have. Our supports are that much more effective because, you know, their tracer isn't doing anything but fighting us, but on the flip side, their supports are also going to be pretty effective. Luckily, our team is winning these fights, so it doesn't matter too much, but now we're sort of changing tactic. We're abandoning chasing the tracer, just because it's too much work to get to her now. Basically, I really like this decision. It's actually very worth highlighting. Once we fuck up this, where we just drop down, okay, we can't deal with this tracer anymore because she's going to be at medium range, and honestly, as long as she's staying at that medium range, we're kind of okay with that. Like, if she wants to stay up there shooting Mercy in the back, it's okay. Like, Mercy's not really going to be bothered by this. So we can put attention to other places. Like, she's not going to be doing much at this point. So I am more than fine with us doing this, where we can now actually really start getting to work generating a bomb, putting discomfort on their team. We should definitely probably be just still loitering around this area. If they want to try and push in or do anything, we want to be maximizing our effectiveness. Good job getting onto the Mercy. This is where we want to be. Just keep an eye out for that Farah, because she can really put problems on us. Once she lands a rocket, recall. Good, good, good. Now we want to be a bit careful. Pull back. Good, 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 good. Come in, clean up on the back of the Blizzard. Chase down the Mercy. If she wants to res this, honestly, it wouldn't have been a disaster because we'd have a bomb, but hey, easy cleanup on the Mercy. Good, 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 good. Good reposition. Very good repositioning. Did you get some money from the Amazon Prime thingy? I sure hope so. Yes, it works like a normal Twitch sub. It's just like a normal Twitch sub, so the way that Twitch subs work while we're in sort of in this downtime where we're not really doing anything. We should be scouting, we should be looking. Actually, I'll talk about this in a second after I finish. Just very quickly on how subscriptions work. Half of it goes to Twitch, half of it goes to the streamer. So it just counts as like a normal $5 subscription. Half of it goes to me, half of it goes to Twitch to keep the lights on, to keep Twitch running, which is good. It's fair enough to me. Like, I wouldn't be able to stream if Twitch wasn't a platform. Yeah, so let's talk about scouting. It's one of actually the most important things Tracer can do, especially on a defense. So if you, this is more important on like King of the Hill, but it kind of works here. Like, you've taken the point in King of the Hill, and you're sort of just sat waiting for the next push to begin. What do you do? How do you do things? How do you get value out of Tracer? Well, the simple answer is you do scouting. You're providing information. And you do this by, you can basically freely start poking out and seeing where are they positioning? Where are they setting up to go? Now on Anubis, yeah, they're probably going to be pushing down main. You know, they've got to get through this archway to do something, but we can definitely be poking around and just making sure that they can't do anything. I like this bomb. It's such a pity that it doesn't stick. It's such a pity that it doesn't stick, because it looks like it really should have on something, but maybe Diva got it. We could have done with just not shooting here, I think, and just run in and put the bomb on. But we can definitely be sort of, you know, now that we're in position here, now we can start providing information. Okay, they're not pushing in tunnel because no one's running this way, so we can provide that info to the team saying they're pushing in main, not going through tunnel. You know, they might be going right, they might be diving onto us pretty aggressively, that kind of thing. Let's also comment on just, you know, I've commented on this before with like coaching the many on Reaper, for example, and like with Reaper, you just wouldn't shoot at all. It's always a bit risky when they have a Diva. To start firing preemptively, because you are just pulling the attention of the Diva. I would use this as an opportunity, because we know that the defense matrix is probably like here and extending this way, and technically I think it actually does cover Diva's front. So like, this is like the defense matrix visual, right? This is a penis, by the way. Jesus, what have I just drawn? Anyway, just not to get distracted. But we can quite easily put a bomb on like the back here. We can easily get value off the back of that. Brother Shaw was 6 months. Jesus, you've been around for a while. Thank you so much as well. It's massively appreciated. Hugely appreciated that you stuck around that long. It's awesome. So yeah, we can just go in, put the bomb back here. It was pretty good, man. Like, there's no reason for us to shoot. Like, the shooting's not going to contribute anything. We've already got a pulse bomb ready. There's no reason not to just blink in, try and get the bomb onto the Diva. In the confusion, she'll probably kill Mercy. Probably. I wouldn't try and go for the Mercy and like try and blink twice and then come back in, because we would think we would end up like back here, and then we'd have to run back a little bit, which is just buying them time to do something, to react. You basically want to force them into a situation where they cannot react to the bomb, and what we're doing is we're going, hello, my name's Tracer, hi love, what are you doing? And then D.Va turns around and the bomb vanishes into thin fucking air because D.Va's got the magic Korean future vacuum. Feels bad, man. Luckily, this is sort of the synergy between Mei and Tracer, such as it is, where stuff is getting slowed down, so you can just go in and finish it off. Like, if something's being held down by the Mei, then you're just going in, walloping on it. It's very powerful. Very powerful. Unfortunately, you guys have very little medium range, but hey, this is nice damage going onto the soldier, however, but now that he's got healing on him and he's got a heal pad under him, this is where it starts to get very tricky as Tracer, because there's just so much healing going on their team, where they've got Lucio picking stuff up, they've got an Ana healing up, they've got Soldier fighting, and you notice we've been shooting at this Reinhardt for the last 10 seconds. His health bar is not under 0. We've built up a pulse bomb, we get the stick, we managed to get 2. Is it enough? Is it fuck? Basically. Yeah, this is sort of the downside here. I mean, we're doing a good job stalling it out, to be honest, actually. We are doing a nice job dancing around, making life difficult for them, and this is the big thing that we should be doing, is we are just looking to build up a pulse bomb, get some bonus damage on, so I'm actually fine with us chewing on the Reinhardt and just building this bomb as quickly as possible. Would like to see the bomb maybe go on something other than the Reinhardt, though, because we know we're not going to kill him. It would be nice to try and put it on a support, just put it somewhere confusing for their team. I can understand why we went for it, but I wouldn't mind to see it go somewhere else. And also, like, the D.Va's just charged off, so yeah, I'm fine with us getting it there. We get lucky in killing 2 of their 3 supports. Okay, I've just noticed this. What? What? Okay. This is actually a huge problem for us then. If they have 3 supports, there is so much healing that we are not killing anything outside of pulse bombs. Like, especially if we are running Tracer Mei. We can't out-DPS this. We can't out-DPS this much healing. We need an Ana. We need an Ana stat. Jesus Christ, we need Ana. Oh, I just noticed this. It's like, holy shit. Can I draw a penis for chat mark? I will privately draw a penis for off-colored later. As is my prerogative. There we go. It's a beautiful Earth Shadow. But it's not a good idea. Don't do this. It kind of goes without saying, but don't do this.
This really? Not even a chat to see.
It's just, Oh my god. I will say, this lady has a... To me, this is a very attractive accent. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
It's just... Oh, God bless him. Yeah, don't do that, especially with Earth Shadow. Earth Shadow is so good in positions like this, where even if you are dying and coming back from spawn, it is so easy to get an Earth Shadow across the point to really clean stuff up. Really, really powerful tool. So it's kind of a huge waste here. Just put a bomb on that. I would have been fine with us putting a bomb on that, but hey, I like our confidence. I think we just noticed as well that they have 3 healers. But hey. Fine with us hunting down the D.Va a bit. You can actually afford to leave her. I'd actually say this is a bit over-aggressive, especially when we see Soldier there. We definitely don't want to be engaging on this with Soldier around, just because it's a bit too much. And D.Va, looking good with the legs. We can afford to leave D.Va in baby form. D.Va in baby form isn't scary, and isn't going to do anything. They have to get tank mode again to basically come back in. So until she's in that form, they can't push. So it buys your team a little bit of extra time, and time is precious. Time is on your side, loves. Oh, blimey. Anyway, we should definitely be thinking about a pulse bomb. We should definitely be thinking a lot about this D.Va. And just thinking, okay, we want to make sure that this D.Va is out of our way, and then we can probably get something done. Wait for Roadhog to land a hook, for example, would be a great time. I'm fine with us using this angle here. Like, this is actually a good opportunity for us, where D.Va's come out of position, so she can't cover her team here. We can just leave. Like, there's no point D.Va's doing this. There's nothing stopping us just leaving right now. We can just shell into her, and we almost use her as a stepping stone to get back on the bridge, which would have been freaking hilarious. But we could have just gone for their team now. Like, we shouldn't be fighting this D.Va, we should be blinking through, fighting the Mercy. Because they're fighting on the point. So all the time that this D.Va and Mercy are fighting us, they're fighting a 4 versus 5 over here, missing their tank and main healer. There goes the bomb. There goes the lovely Mercy. Let's chase the Mercy, let's not chase that. Good bomb though. A little bit lucky, a little bit misfortunate that we didn't get it on his back, but we put it in front of him, he jumps onto it. He goes, "Get down!" Whoa! And then, you know, has his hero moment with his tactical visor. He didn't see that coming though, did he? Yeah, would have liked to see us chase the Mercy instead though. Just throwing that out there. I would have gone this way myself, just to make sure that that res isn't going to be a problem, which it could be any second now. Any second now. It's such... I'm trying to figure out this comp. But you notice that we're struggling to kill a diva? Because they just... It's like, you kill one healer and they still have two more. There's the res. Better late than never. You and May could probably easily handle this. Did May just throw a blizzard? I didn't hear it. I don't think she did. I'm guessing she didn't. Hope she didn't. But... They're not able to push because they don't deal enough DPS. We're struggling to kill them because we don't deal enough DPS. So it's kind of it's a bit like a comedy slap fight where you're just kind of going on each other. The only time damage happens is when we're doing this and when we're getting a full clip on someone, and even that isn't enough to finish him off. And if one of our other healers was around, she would have died there. But hey, good pickup. Like, I'm fine with this pickup. But this is honestly, like, as fights peter out, as things get more scattered and chaotic, this is the sort of thing we should definitely be doing, is going, making their Mercy extremely uncomfortable, getting a kill here and there, just causing problems for their pushes. This is a problem when your best friend may cut you off, but we do the right thing. We retreat, get a health pack, buy our time. Again, they're pulling off resources, go and try and deal with us. Sucks that the soldier's there. Honestly, we probably could have done with being a little bit more cautious when the soldier, like, just trying to force a way through and we don't have recall. We'd probably be better just blinking back into the tunnel and waiting. What's the sensitivity? I'm not sure. It wasn't listed. I wouldn't say the aiming's too bad. It doesn't feel like the sensitivity is going, like, causing us issues. It feels like we're moving our mouse quite naturally. It might be a little bit oversensitive, but honestly, high sensitivity is fine with Tracer. Like, the aiming seems fine to me. It's just, it's unrefined, it's unpracticed, it could be better, but it doesn't look like an issue with mouse sensitivity, if that makes sense. Again, we should be going back, scouting. Now we should be in spotter mode, looking for where they're pushing. Again, good job. Like, this is the reward of spotting, right? And I will also comment, like, she's kind of lucky to go over the wall there, but I will comment on Mercy's. The best time to try and land a bomb is the second after she's Guardian Angel. So when Mercy Guardian Angels to someone, she generally goes the full distance when she's running away from someone. So you can generally sort of figure out, in this instance, when we see Mercy, like, spot the soldier, we generally can figure out, okay, she's probably going to end up over here. Like, we know that just judging by where she is and where she's going. She's a little bit lucky to go over the wall, but we can follow. I don't like our caution here. Like, we're being a bit too careful when we don't need to be. The soldier clearly isn't in this area. But we can afford to drop down here and keep on this Mercy. And, like, come in back here, because we still have this pulse bomb that we should be throwing on something. The Diva, even though we're, like, shooting it, we're doing okay damage. It's not great. We should probably be trying to find a way to get over here. This bomb, a little bit too rapid on it. We'd get lucky that Mercy jumps into it, but if we just sort of looked, this is a free stick. Because she doesn't know we're here, we should be able to just stick this. Instead, we get lucky because she just dashes on top of it and dies. Feels good, man. Reinhardt's isolated himself. We should finish this Reinhardt off. Points being contested. Reinhardt has no armor left. He's got no healers. We can easily just go and clean this Reinhardt up first. Otherwise, he's going to come onto the point and start causing even more problems. There we go. It doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things, but we can kill a Reinhardt on however many hit points he had there. Like, in one, yeah, he has like 250 health. We can do that in one. Well, we could probably do it in 1.5 clips, but we could definitely do a lot. Because Reinhardt has a nice big head. Every shot's going to land. He's quite easy to kill when he doesn't have armor. Feels good, man. I'm fine with us hunting this Farah down once he goes down here. Good recall.
Thank you, Julie.
Farah lands one rocket. Yep, you clean up.
I talk to me.
What? Is there an angry German girl? He sounds German to me, at least.
Thank you, Julie.
Yeah, man, this is how you heal your shit.
I talk to me.
Really.
She seems mildly peeved. Honestly, I like an angry German woman. That's just me, though. Okay, so we're Scouting, like, this is actually not a bad position in terms of we can see what's going on. I wouldn't mind seeing us sort of just poking out a little bit more just to see. And, like, just finding isolated targets like this is where we could just start poking it. And suddenly all pressure that this guy was going to do, if he managed to get round to the side and started poking and, like, duking in and out of the cover, you could sprint away, you could run away from your team. Your team would have a very hard time getting rid of him. But because we're here, all pressure, everything that this guy's doing is just nothing. Now he's not able to do anything. Roadhog now can sort of take over on that a little bit, but honestly, we are really good at sort of punishing this kind of thing. They're throwing in enough this, they have 20 seconds on the clock. Let's build up a pulse bomb, use it as they push in. Because they're just rushing forward. They have a bastion. Easy, okay. Keep duking around. They've rezzed, let's try and find this bomb. Fine with us cleaning that up first, but we should definitely be... Oh, that was bold. Holy shit, that was brave. We're literally in the defense matrix, ladies and gents. Oh. I wanna actually go slow speed on this. I wanna see, does she drop the defense matrix or does this miraculously land? How did that land? She must have just dropped it. Just dropped it. Diva, you fucked up there. Being totally honest with you, the second the res happened and the knowledge that they have a Bastion, Bastion does not survive pulse bombs anymore. So if you pulse bomb the Bastion, he just goes away. You should be looking for that. This is overly risky on two targets that are not going to die to the bomb anyway. We should definitely be looking for this Bastion instead of going on to the tanks. And I know it seems like, you know, holy shit, it's about to enter overtime. This is like the last offensive. We've got to win this now. We've got to do something now. I've got to use this pulse bomb. If I don't use it, I look like a complete tool. Relax. You're Tracer. Like, you can dodge and duke. You have 3 blinks. Or at least we had 3 blinks when coming out of here. The main DPS source is dead. We have, well, one of the main sources of DPS is dead because now they've actually gone triple DPS. But we have a second or two to actually do things. The plan should have formulated in our head when we saw the Bastion. A mental note should have gone off going, we could probably kill that in a single pulse bomb when we got the opportunity. And unfortunately we sort of rush things a little bit and we don't get the value that we could have just removing this target. Luckily we're distracting it enough. Reinhardt doesn't quite find the charge. Farah comes in, gets kills, feels bad man. Ken May, ultimate stall queen. Like, you've got a good team for stalling. Oh, the res. The res. Thank you, Julie. There we go. And holy shit. The dream is alive. The res comes in. Picks everyone up. Tracer still on the point. Chase her down. She's recalled. She's back on the point. Keeping track. All good stuff. Someone. There we go. Nope, she's not dead, by the way, guys. There she goes. Finally. Match complete. Victory. No, actually, match complete draw. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. This is draw Nubis. Ah.
Oh my.
I actually have a little bit of extra time, so I'm going to go and have a look for... Oh, here. Because there was another game that I was thinking of doing, but I decided to do this one instead. So let me load up that game, because it was literally 2 very similar games. I think it was this guy. That is German, isn't it? Yeah. I'm pretty confident that's German. Because basically I was deciding between 2 very similar games and I picked this. I think I picked this one because the gameplay was a little bit better overall and there was a bit more to talk about. With this one, good overview of Tracer's booty. What a lovely start. This one is sort of similar rating. I think it's about 2,000. Yeah, it's about 2,000 rating. So even though the guy's platinum, dropped down, feels bad, man. But this one, we're going to be very quick on it. Very, very quick on it. We've got box, is what I'm going to call him. This is the game where I noticed, like, there could be an issue with mouse sensitivity. Because I think this is the player who was basically not moving their mouse at all. It felt like when they're shooting. Like, they're making a single movement. But they're relying purely on, like, strafe aiming to actually land their shots. And it was very interesting to me to watch this, of, like, this person is afraid to move their mouse properly. There's, like, you notice the movements aren't as fluid as they perhaps were before. We're lucky to get that soldier kill. We're sort of lucky to get that soldier kill because we're basically dashing into their front line. Soldier shouldn't have been left that low, basically. He should be topping himself off. Not a good idea to wait for the health back there. We got healing on the point, I think, with a Lucio, if I remember right, and we can pick up health packs easy enough, so we shouldn't be too afraid to just jump out. Definitely focusing on this Anna. Good job. Notice how little mouse movement is happening, and that to me is a sign that it looks like a controller. It's not a controller. Left shift, left control on recalls actually. But this is, I'm pretty sure this isn't a controller. And even on a controller, there should be a little bit more mouse movement happening. Like, just a little bit more mouse movement. And this, to me, is probably a sign that either the mouse sensitivity is too high or the person just isn't experienced in FPS. We're going to be very quick on this one, though, because, like, this is, like, the one piece of advice I give is just get used to moving your mouse. And don't... Like, we do the right thing. We blink away from the Reaper. Don't run back into him, because he's very good at close range and will load you. But it was definitely the thing I noticed during this game, where it's like we're just holding left mouse button and strafing, which is a form of aiming. Like, this is an important skill to do, but it's an important skill to marry with putting a crosshair on something and doing this, and like holding the crosshair. And you can actually drill this, so let's talk about that. And let's finish up on that before we go to questions. So I'm going to go over here. And I need to close these. And I need to open up Overwatch. Overwatch. Hello. Big face me. So I'm going to open up the training grounds, and we're just going to talk about a little bit about how you can practice some of this stuff. Because keeping your crosshair on people on Tracer is a very, very, very important skill. It's a skill that takes practice and development, but it's a skill that needs developing, and you should be developing it if you're looking to play Tracer. And you can practice it in a number of ways. So if I go over here, there we go. We pick Tracer. So there's a number of ways you could do this. You could just use the bots, and you could just try and like match your strafing movement to what they're doing. You notice that mine isn't completely smooth. That's just because my mouse movements in general aren't as good as they could be, aren't as smooth as perhaps they could be. But just getting used to like putting the crosshair on a target and just trying to, like, if you imagine this yellow thing and you notice that I have a hard time doing it, of just trying to keep the crosshair aligned with my mouse speed. Like, the more you practice doing stuff like this, the better. I'm just trying to keep it onto the head, because what was happening before was they were basically doing this. Respawn. Respawn. They go forward, and then they're so close it doesn't matter too much, but they're basically doing this, and they're like... Whoop. And it's like the mouse is completely stationary for some reason, when it should be moving slightly to adjust to counteract the strafe movement. And the nice thing about the training grounds is that we have tools for this, where you have like little things like this, where you can put your cursor in the middle, and you can just try your best at... Like, you notice, even with a little bit of practice, even with a little bit of warm-up, I'm suddenly a lot better at it, at trying to keep it towards the center of this target. I would also say that Ana headshot training drills work just as well for Tracer in terms of doing stuff like this, where you're trying to jump around the target and keep cracking on their head, so you'll be able to set that up pretty quickly. And yeah, like, it's just a very good idea to practice this kind of thing outside of the game. And it's just very quickly on that video that was submitted, that was the one big thing I noticed, was just if we were more comfortable with our tracking, things would improve pretty quickly in terms of our damage output, how much we can do with it, all that kind of stuff. So create game, settings, I wish they had a preset for this kind of thing. Should be skirmish, oh whatever. Add AI, hero, Ana, difficulty, doesn't really matter, team, both, your settings, mutators, I think it's just in, is it in lobby? No, modes, all, hero limit, Where is it in the new interface? I haven't actually done a drill in a long fucking time. Is it on heroes, general? Receive headshots only, enable. And I don't honestly think we need to do anything else, so we could just go with this. And we could just shoot with this, for example.
Welcome.
It's in heroes, I think, yeah. I haven't actually done any drills in a while. Mostly because I've been using, like, Widow stuff.
Select your hero.
And you can do it in skirmish, you can do it in attack, it doesn't really matter, as long as you have the Anas. You can save custom game settings as presets on PTI, yes, thank God for that. I'm glad that that's coming in. That'll make viewer games a lot easier as well. So if you aren't aware of what the Ana training drill is, it's by Ana can't headshot. So if you set the game mode to headshot only, you can just shoot people in the head freely. It's pretty nice. It's good for like Widowmaker and stuff. The thing that's sort of overtaken it for Widowmaker is you could just go into 6-on-6 Widowmaker, 6-on-6 headshot only Widowmaker games, and just go on that. So that works a little bit better. But even in like a place like this, so you see this nice circle? Okay, we're gonna try and keep a crosshair inside the circle. Okay, green vanishes. Give us something. Just give us a. Do we have a spray? Yeah, we have a spray. Do we have another spray? This is a target. Just keep it in the blue circle. And just try and keep your crosshairs in the blue circle as possible. Or try and fire when you're only in the blue circle. Like, you can do this with anything. There are drills like this that work on very similar principles, where you have like a target on a wall. And you basically, like, let's say for headshot training for McCree, we're just going to try to shoot Tracer in the head. And all you do is you drag the mouse on the side and left click when it hits the Tracer. And you just get faster and faster and faster. And try and do that. And the little targets in the training grounds are actually very good for that, where you just try and hit the yellow square in the middle of it over and over and over again. Alright, we've got our Anna. So we're going to just try and keep it on. Let's try and kill this Anna, try and keep it on her head. The thing that I do a lot when I play Tracer is I actually do waggle back and forth across the target. It's sort of the valid target thing. Which target we're going for in? We're going for... Let's just pick one. Anna 6, you look good. So we're just going to try and focus on Anna 6, try and keep our eye on Anna 6. I'm not warmed up at all, but hey, what the fuck, I'm going to go into ranked anyway. I'm getting body blocked, and Anna has an awkward model to shoot from the back. These are my excuses coming out as we speak. Okay, while I do like a couple of seconds of this chat, now is a good time to start asking questions. We'll bring you in, and we'll start fielding these questions in a second. The thing I will say when you're doing this with the Anna drills is try and do what I'm doing right now, which is you focus on a single Anna and then just try and like drill that as much as possible, rather than like don't stand there doing this and then just scooping up headshots. Focus on a target and try and eliminate that target as quickly as possible, because that's sort of what you're trying to do as Tracer. You just wish that like there were some other models like this, or you could disable left clicks completely on targets. I don't know, have them just run around. Anna's fucking hunchback. Okay. What I'm going to do is... didn't blow me up. Right, guys. Time for questions. I'm probably going to get kicked. Are there any questions any earlier? Just do it with Lucio and remove his primary fire. Can you actually do that on live? I'm not sure you can do that on live. If you can do that on live, then that's great. I know I say that Anna training gun is good warm-up, but really good practice, not really good practice for aiming. Thoughts? It's good. It's okay for aiming, and honestly, like as Tracer, you could probably get away with just doing this in quick play, which is great. Like Tracer's one of those heroes that you could take into quick play, and it still kind of works as practice. The thing you can't practice is like one-by combo, setting up gravitons, getting the right grabs, stuff like that. If you really are diehard on Tracer, you could probably just play a lot of Tracer. Let's go thematic.